All right, starting out with some Red Black Titan. People are asking questions about details on different things, and the answer to your questions about details on things that are being tried in this deck is, I don't know. I'm just shuffling things around and trying things. There's the number of games you need to play to have really nuanced takes on why you're making changes and what's good, bad, or otherwise, or way more than I have. This is probably the deck I've played the most this standard season. I still don't have enough repetitions with it to give super certainty on different changes that have been made. The one thing that we did differently last time that I liked is 4 Knights of the Ebon Legion dragged the curve down a hair, which this card's good at both being aggressive in some situations, but also being decent at playing defensively. So let's go ahead and pop on into some ladder matches with this and see how it goes. Pretty confident I'm playing this deck tomorrow in the MCQ event. It's the standard deck I've liked the most this season, and it produces relatively quick games, so I'm not playing all day even if we do well. I don't know, Texas Horror. I actually have 2 of the epics already, so I might go for it. The legendary champion is mostly an arena champion. I'm not really sure that my arena team needs that much help. What time is the MCQ tomorrow? I plan to go live about 9 a.m. Central. I believe it starts at 8 a.m. Central, and you have to join the event within the first 2 hours it's open. I have like 16 legendary books though, so I'm kind of like been waiting for a legendary champion to pop. Louisiana just delayed their primary due to COVID-19. I think if more states do that, it's a good thing. It'll specifically be good for Bernie because it gives him more time to look like the man we need when it comes to crisis response. Yeah, I hope so. I hope Biden gets just slaughtered in the debate this weekend. I hope he continues to look like the mostly befuddled old fool that he is. He is not particularly coherent. I feel like the more chances Biden has to open his mouth, the better it is for Bernie. Martial law is coming up. I hope we don't get to anything that extreme. I think I'm bottoming that. I'm kind of looking for a land so that way we can do this. Because a lot of people's staff don't tune in to what's going on politically until their state is up for voting. So there's been a range of debates up until this point. This will be like the 7th or 8th. Well, the debate, they canceled having an audience for the debate. So the debate Sunday is happening, but there won't be an audience present. I mean, COVID-19, I don't think Christy didn't get a chance to go out and early vote, and I don't think she's going to at this point. Like, people who have compromised immune systems or in higher risk categories are almost assuredly not going to be voting. That's a little, let's not spread takes like that, thanks. So I think I don't want to play Calls the Dead here because I don't want to mill this other Calls the Dead. So I think I'm just going to replay Phoenix. So again, no scap. So you holding all of the primaries on the same day is one of the things that sounds good on the surface when you say it, but when you actually understand the problem and think critically about why it's done, spreading them out makes a lot of sense. The purpose of spreading the primaries out is to allow people who have smaller presence more of a chance to make an impact. If you don't already have a huge political war chest, you can't run ads in 50 states simultaneously. Having all of the states vote simultaneously gives people like Bloomberg, Biden, and even Bernie to a degree who had a name going into this even more of a leg up than they'd already have. Yes, instead, and they should definitely, I agree, they should rotate which ones go first. That would be ideal. I think that's an appropriate. Having Iowa go first is stupid. I agree. At best, they should rotate them. A middle ground would be having more representative states of the entire country's population go first. All right, so what are we doing here? Mire Triton doesn't really accomplish a whole lot. Like, it doesn't block super meaningfully. Angrath Rampage doesn't do a whole lot. Having these to kill their bigger creature sounds good. Libation seems fine for that same reason. I guess they don't really have artifacts. This, and this to kill their heavy hitter sounds good. Bring in the Duresses, extra discard spells. Why not ban political ads? Well, that's how most people get their information. So banning, like, yeah. And, like, you could argue lying in political ads is bad, but, like, saying you can't, like, run campaigns and stuff, that's nonsense. I've never really liked Bonecrusher. I'm going to give you a timeout to think about your dumb sentence. Bonecrusher is arguably one of the best, because the United States is much larger than other places, Scap. I would encourage you to consider the fact that most states are bigger than most cities in most countries in other places. I really like the parliamentary system. Canada has a parliamentary system of government too, right? You elect people into your party, and then people in the party with the majority elect the prime minister or whatever it's called. I think that's my rough understanding of the Canadian system, right? You vote for people in a party, and then the party who has the majority nominates someone from among them to be the prime minister. People don't vote directly for the prime minister. Is that how that works? Or do I have a misunderstanding? I think I think I just take the Bonecrusher here and then plan to take this next turn. Oh, it happens. Okay, so you know who the party leaders would put up before you vote for the party. Okay, that makes sense too. That's fine. So my sequencing here gets me into a little bit of trouble if they go exactly 5th land drop Cavalier next turn. But if they don't go 5th land drop Cavalier and they just pass and don't commit to the board, we'll be in a pretty good spot. Land Fires also gets me in a little trouble. Kenrith, similarly bad for me. AT Gamer, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, maybe I should have used a discard spell the turn I played this. Maybe. This is 4 cards in my bin. So, if I do this and then play this other Kroxa out, take creatures or planeswalkers out of their bin in case they have a, what's it called? The, So, Kenrith gets to gain them a bunch of life, but Kroxa's a 6/6 to block next turn, so we got that going for us. Yeah, Elspeth Conquers Death. That's the one, in case they have the Conquers Death. So they're just like trying to kill us this turn. If they hit a Cavalier, we die. Aether Gusted. Feels bad, man. Yeah, perhaps I should have played the Agonizing Remorse on 3 as opposed to the Phoenix. I think I'm happy with our sideboard. I'm going to run it back. Hey, Bandit, thanks for the biddies. You're from Austria, little Germany, and our system is slightly different than Germany. Yeah, I mean, all voting everywhere should probably be ranked choice. I don't think it mattered. I think if they had anything, we were just dead, like we were there. Hive Mind. He just got tired of tracking it, Jin. It's a tedious amount of work to track. I'm not surprised. You have no need for rank choice when you have what does guaranteed proportional representation mean? Do I take the fires or do I take the Cavalier? Yeah, I'm gonna take the Cavalier. Oh, that's a good draw. Sure, so so that's different though, Scap. So ranked choice actually allows you to vote for specific people. So your proportional representation thing, you're not voting for people, you're voting for a party, right? Which that works when that works when people in your parties are close to each other in terms of ideals, but a system like that doesn't really work when things like the United States, like when Democrats vary wildly. In Germany, your first vote in the ballot elects a direct representative with a simple majority, and you cast a second vote that is basically used to fill parliament proportionally. Basically, the party gets 13% of the vote, they get 13% of the seats. Okay, that makes sense. That seems like a really good system. This is my surprise face that other countries have more reasonable systems. So, probably just double stomping this. This is the last deck of the day, Prof. Dr. Mister. That's why it's the last deck in the stream title. Hey, O'Hare, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, that's fair, Scat. It sounds like a good, reasonable system overall. So, we have my 3 hands here. We have cards in my actual hand as things ready to escape, and then things on adventures. So this trade is good for us because it means I get to Edict this Cavalier next turn. No, they scry during their upkeep. They have another bomb here, we could be in trouble. Kind of like to draw an untapped land, so I could go double these. I have 9 cards in the bin. I really don't want to escape Kroxa, because they'll just Aether Gust it. Although I guess escaping Kroxa 2-for-1s them. It really is, happy boys. I could Phoenix, crack them for 3, put them to 13, and then Phoenix can attack for 8 next turn. Well, no, they can't cast spells on my turn, so they'll have to Aether Gust it on their turn. Yeah, they have fires. I think I'm just playing this. Yeah, I think we lost 1 match with Yarok Field today. We also had a lot of people that just conceded when they saw we were playing Field of the Dead. Like game 1, concede the match. feels magic, man. Bottoms up. You love to see it. If your plan in Historic is to just concede the match when your opponent casts Field of the Dead or plays Field of the Dead, you should probably change your deck. So they're gonna get back this in 2 turns. I don't know that we can beat that. P. Mason, thanks for the support. Welcome back. I think we're just dead here. We really needed to hit. We really needed to hit a 6th land to like generate a double spell turn, and we just didn't get there. Now, those are things I've said for a long time, Bob. I'm excited to lose the next 6 matches in a row with this and decide I don't want to play in the MCQ tomorrow. Onwards, upwards, backwards, forwards. I don't know where that one's from. That one's from something, and I don't recall where. Anyway, if anybody remembers onwards, upwards, backwards, forwards, where is that little tidbit from? Anybody know? Is it Chronicles of Narnia? That could be. That was a book series I read as a child. Alice in Wonderland? Oh, it probably is. That's probably Mad Hatter in... Kiki Court was great. Had a lot of fun. 10 out of 10 would play modern Kiki Court again. Nice, Bubba. Alright, I'm gonna play the knight here, and if they don't Clarion the knight, I'm just gonna pump it and smack them. Boo. Main deck Heliod's Intervention's pretty wild. I'm not playing out the knight here because they have Deafening Clarion in their hand. I'd prefer not to play a second creature into that. Fire's matchup seems kind of bad for this deck. I don't know if I want to play this tomorrow if the Fire's matchup is bad. I know Bob's answer. Bob, should I just play blue-white control tomorrow? How much do I hate myself if I just play blue-white control tomorrow? You have to wear a yellow hat. Make it happen. Oh, we didn't put the new lands in here. Good call. Let's fix that after this matchup. I don't actually think the Temur Adventures matchup is that bad. I think especially if you put a bunch of Heliod's interventions in your... I think especially if you play a bunch of Heliod's interventions in your deck. I already have another Kroxa, so I'm just going to decline this. I accidentally to blue-white control. Thanks for the biddies, Bob. Blue-white, like, stuffs this archetype in a box. I don't know. This deck's like, blue-white's worse against mono-red, like, by a good margin. It's so tough. Like that's the consideration, right? Like the mono red matchup with this deck is pretty reasonable. Yeah, main deck Aether Gust healthy format, something. Just looking for things that can fill the graveyard up for our escape cards. Need Archons on the board for mono red. Maybe. Trying to beat mono red by playing 4 mana cards really isn't a good take a lot of the time. Yeah, the Heartfire build especially. I guess I actually haven't played this deck against the Heartfire build. I haven't played that card, Corrosion. I don't know, sounds okay. Texas is setting up drive-through tests for COVID, and they'll start next week. Good. America's really good at drive-thrus, champ. I don't know if I'm going to get to blue-white today or not, Bob. If I don't get to it today, it'll be at the top of the queue for next week. If this turns into a dumpster fire, we'll get to it today. Because blue-white's next on my short list. There's going to be a next week, Chad, I promise. I promise you there will be a next week. Cut a land? Get out of here. What if COVID morphs into a zombie plague? Jupiter Hell, what's that? We are, Chase Clark. I'm planning to stream standard probably this deck until about 2 o'clock, which is about 90 minutes from now. And then for people that aren't aware, President Trump's giving another live address, and we're gonna change to the politics channel and flip that on. But I suggest going to F&M tonight. Only if you hate yourself and other people that you often see. If you are taking this seriously, you should be canceling all non-required reasons to leave your house. Even if you are healthy and other people you spend time with in your area are in low risk categories for this disease, you are going to spread it to people who are not in those things. You should leave your house for non-optional work and to get food. And if you do leave for those things, wash your hands a lot and do not touch your face. I think I'd rather Rider and hold this in case they find a fires. MTG Viking, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Two Soul Warden plus Heliod plus a lot of creatures entering the battlefield automatically ends the game in a draw. Like the client draws? Really? Hey, Pie Guy, thanks for the 21 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I'm not going to offer the trade on Giants here because I have the Embercleave in hand, I think. Good luck and Godspeed, Jin. Hopefully they don't just Clarion us here, he says before he gets Clarioned. No, the main list that got us to High Mythic was Yarok Field. Because that deck and Historic are gas. Historic Ladder's live again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm really kind of sad that the event is standard this weekend. I really have no desire to play standard. I'm just like getting some repetitions in here for the sake of practicing a little. Hello, youngest son. Oh, you need me to open the cups? There you go. Oh, that one's really stuck. There you go. Love you, dude. So we're gonna take 5 from lands in their bin. So we are dead to a Stiff Breeze here, because we're effectively going to 1. But if we don't die, we get to kill them next turn. I mean, waiting till May might make sense, Jin. Things could be sorted and better by then. Like, I don't know that people need to, you don't need to act like the world's ending. It's just like, people need to just like calm down for a little bit, basically. Is Mire Triton better than Bonecrusher? I feel like it might be. The actual threat I can play on 2, it trades up and it fills my graveyard for these. Let's try that. We were stomped on a little bit there. You expect fires and mono red to be played a bunch. So I think there's like a dozen different decks in the standard format, and you could play against the same one 6 times. You could never play against it at all. Yes, correct. Behaving responsibly and not doing optional travel is one of the ways we ensure the world doesn't end. Historic's my favorite at the moment. Yarak Field is everything I want to do in life. It's a really sweet, powerful deck that rewards you for mulliganing appropriately, goes over the top of most people, and has good interactive tools for keeping you alive. And hey, with the Agonizing Remorse, we're only 1 card away, so if this dies, we get to... I hate everything. Discard spells are so tilting, chat. Just unreasonably tilting. Stupid game. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Oh, vomit. Okay, it's a good pickup. A lot of news outlets state that Trump is going to announce a national emergency in his conference. I mean, I'm glad he changed his tune, but it is impressive how quickly we went from Democrat hoax to national emergency. He should probably be declaring a national emergency based on what's happened in other countries. Especially based on how much they've lagged behind in their response. Of course they drew fires. We know you're a real gamer because you're got mad. It's funny because it's sad. The top of their deck's been real good. What if I say, hey, you sacrificed an enchantment, play this, smack them for 5? And like this holds back Cavalier. Yeah, this is looking much. And this is why I wanted to play this deck a little bit today. Like getting a feel for like, is Mire Triton good in this matchup? It's something that's like worth spending time doing. Geodude, thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This is why I don't spend time playing Magic competitively anymore. Oh. I mean, Kroxa is a good draw for us finally, I guess. I would rather lose to Fires than Mono Red, Bob. Oh, Magic. Never forget, chat, the Shuffler's as rigged as the Earth is flat. I think we should just move to should we just move to a second historic deck and just like YOLO, whatever deck I'm gonna play tomorrow? Standard's mad because you said you prefer historic. Fair. I mean, chat, if we play more historic, there's a giant queue full of stuff. So for people that are shouting out random decks, you gotta know there's like 20 historic decks in the queue at the moment. There's a lot of them. Put blue-white towards your arc field again. You the best, Bob. I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna bother to play the thing tomorrow, I should play a couple more matches here. I'm gonna take, you know, an hour or 2 or 3 hours of my life tomorrow. I should do this. Good golly. The hits keep coming, chat. Nah, it's a spew to not play it. It's a free roll. Event doesn't cost anything. I don't have to leave my house. Like, I skipped the one that didn't have any prizes last month. Like, that one's no big deal. But, like, even playing a crappy deck, the chance of, like, flipping heads 6 times is, like, worth the shot. Thanks, Thoughtnuts. What do I think about Breach and JAC? Well, thank you, opponent. Now I get to escape my Kroxa next turn. Seriously? It's kind of unreal. Yeah, Yeah, but like the upside of like a, you know, potential 6-figure payoff from flipping a bunch of heads is pretty high. Boo! Hello, oldest son. How are you?
Good.
Are you having fun on spring break?
Yeah, I mean for my one more show.
You want to watch your show?
My show done now.
Do you want to watch your show down here or upstairs?
Up there.
Upstairs? Ask Mommy, she'll help you.
No, we do watch it. I meet you.
I love you too, buddy.
I can't do it because Mommy do something.
Mommy's doing other stuff?
Yeah.
She'll help you in a minute, I'm sure, okay? Oh, it's your TV and you want it now?
Yeah. Please help me. Help please.
That's fine. Dad doesn't really want to play the standard deck anymore anyways. Willem, thanks for the 27 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't know what we're doing. We're done with this deck. I'm kind of fed up with it. Kinda off it. I'm gonna go help Jacob get set up really quick. Back in just a minute. Jake's more important than whatever this crappy gacha magic is. Beer me. What's up, dude?
Bye, Poo-Poo.
Come on, dude. What do you want to watch? I don't know. What do I want to play tomorrow? What were standard decks that felt like they didn't suck? What were standard decks that felt like they didn't suck? The 4-color enigmatic deck is fine. I'm not playing blue-eye control tomorrow. I'm just not. That one's not on the table.